Right, so the £200 course has turned up. I didn't expect this much paintwork. I didn't look at the pictures. So we got all masked off, started putting a bit of filler primer. So we've got a colour coat on. So wet coat for lacquer's gone on. So pop the headlights back in again, pop the number plate back on again. We'll let this paint harden off for a couple of days. So guys, the Corsa's sold. Put it up on Saturday afternoon, night, after finishing it off. If you haven't seen the video on that, go back and check my last video. This is the Corsa we bought for £200 from BCA, and I sprayed the rear quarter on it, the rear bumper on it. So go back and check the last video if you haven't seen that. So yeah, put it up on Saturday night for $16.95. I was going $14.95, wasn't I? But after doing it, I thought it was worth more. And obviously the market decided it was. So yeah. And yeah, put it up on the Saturday afternoon. It sold on the Sunday morning, I think about 11:30. Sold for 1600. So nice quick flip there. Going through the numbers on it, I think it's about £900 profit, but then the VAT man takes his cut, doesn't he? So it's about 700 after the VAT man. So I think our total investment in it, we'll go back and have a look at the numbers and just recap on those in a minute, but I think our total investment in it is about £200 to buy. With fees, it was about £350, and then delivery was about £150, so we're in about £500. Then we spent about 50 quid on paint, about 50 quid on marketing, so we're up to 600s. Service kit is here. So yeah, we'll go back and check the numbers exactly in a second on the spreadsheet. But obviously there is a market for Corsas. 57 is normally older than I'd go, but with only 72,000 miles on it, and the rest of the car was in fantastic condition. After the paint was done, it came up absolutely mint. So there's obviously a market for the sort of sub 2k stuff. It sold quicker than some of the 2009, 2010 cars I've got with 80, 90,000 miles on under 2k. So, you know, we're always learning about our market, and clearly that's where people are with it. So yeah, cracking little buy. They don't always go that easy. Remember, this is a Corsa 1.2. It could have come with a chain, a rattly chain. It's a roll of the dice with Corsas if you get them in. These 1.2s is whether you've got a rattly chain or not. I took the leap because I knew that I could probably get a chain done for a couple hundred quid if needs be, but it's actually turned out running really, really sweet, and the interior is really good condition, and let's say the rest of the bodywork was. So yeah, nice flip, but I don't want you to imagine that they're all that easy. It's always a bit of a gamble. But let's go and have a check out what we are with the numbers on it. So here's the numbers on the Corsa. We bought for £344. It was £200 purchase price, but then the fees were £144. Cost £105 to have it delivered. Each car contributes £50 towards marketing insurance. It's £300 a month for motors and for my insurance policy. So I put £50 against each car until £300 has been covered, and then I stopped putting it against cars. Paint wise, £53, £14 from Marlowe's for paint. So we had the colour match paint, 2 cans of lacquer and a filler primer. Only used a little bit of the filler primer, only used one of the cans of lacquer, so that'll roll into the next car and I won't have to charge anything against it. We got lambda sensor from MPD, which solved that engine management light issue, £59.42, so that's probably one of the biggest expenses there. And then the service kit was £16.82, so I've just done oil filter, air filter on the car. Air filter that came out of it was mint, so it's obviously, although I haven't got a service book with it, has been looked after, but swapped it out anyway, of course. So £642.90 is my total costs in that little Corsa, and it sold for £1,600. Stuart sold it for me on Sunday. He'd popped in to do something, and someone came round without messaging or calling first, but he happened to be here, and he sold it to them for £1,600. So I'd asked £1,695. So £1,600 was the price paid, so that's good, because I was £1,500 I was going to be happy with. The margin for the VAT man, so a reminder, I have to pay VAT on the gross profit of my sale. So it doesn't matter how much I spent on parts, they look at what I've sold the car for versus what I bought it for, which is just the cost of the car and fees. So as far as they're concerned, I've made £1,256 on the car. Now we know that isn't true because I had these other expenses as well, but that's the way it works with the VAT man. So £209 goes to the VAT man, leaving with £747.77 profit. Stuart will get about £200 odd out of that, £250 out of that. So that's his cut for use of the unit and and for any help he gives me on the vehicles. So about £500 goes in my pocket on that car for a day's graft. I'd say in total, yeah, a relaxed day, nothing crazy. So not a bad return on investment. Put £644 into it, got £747 out of it. Obviously, if you're doing this on a driveway, you wouldn't have a Stewart cost or a unit cost, which so you'd basically be into that for exactly what you got on the screen there. So it wouldn't be a bad little flip to do from home. But just remember, there are risks involved. There's no guarantees. That could have easily had a chain problem with it. What we also have today coming in is my VTR, because there was a bit of miscommunication on Friday and Adrian went to Bridgewater, not to Blackbush, to pick up the car. Headed to Blackbush once he realised his mistake, but the traffic was so bad on Friday he couldn't make it there before close, so he's gone to pick it up today. So this one's coming in today. We're going to have a look at it. Just as a recap, it's a 1 litre C1 VTR. So I don't know why I say 1 litre. They're all 1 litre, aren't they? 76,000 miles, so not too bad on the miles. It's a 2013. That means it will be too keenly priced. So 2013 with these cars, people all want like less than 50,000 miles really. It's a grade 3, so it should be good bodywork wise, but we'll have to see when it comes in. So we'll do a walk around video on that as soon as that turns up. I'm just going to go out and get that Corsa cleaned up now and let the people know they can pick it up now. I've done the service on it. Yeah, and we'll see how this looks when it comes in. I thought we'd start off this vid with bidding. Those of you who've been following me on Instagram know how much I've sold and how much stock I need to get back in again. So if you aren't following me on Instagram, get onto their Chops Garage. And so latest thing that went out the door was that Corsa, that turned around in 24 hours. So what did we learn from that? We learned that low mileage, because it only had 70,000 miles on for 2007. Metallic Corsas in good nick go quickly in the sort of sub 2k mark. That's over £1,600. So I've been on bidding again and thought, well, let's look for the same sort of thing. If that's what's selling, let's see what else we've got. So all of these cars here are less than 60,000 miles. I haven't worried too much about condition. I've bid 4 and above, I think, condition 4 and better. Obviously, as you guys know, I don't mind doing a little bit of paintwork here and there. A lot of you are saying I should change my channel name to the Rattle Can King or something like that. The rattle canning I'm doing. Just to cover that, I would use a spray gun, but it's not my booth. There's normally other cars around, and the spray gun will put too much mist out there, too much pressure. I know you can turn them down again, but it's not my equipment, and it's easy just to get a rattle can for small areas to do. If I had to do big areas like bonnets and so forth, you've seen in the past that I've got Stu do it with the gun. So anyway, getting into it. A little bit on the Ford Fiesta. There was good sellers there. 57 plate. Can't remember why I only bid £200 on that. Probably because once you've added fees on top and delivery, you're into £500 or £600, and a 57 plate is what going to be like a £1,200, £1,500 car, isn't it? Next one up, I got a Vauxhall Astra 16 valve on a 2010. Bid £1,300 on that one. Again, I think that's got less than 50,000 miles on it. Skoda Fabia on a 2012, 1.2. Put a strong bid in that for 2k, so I imagine that's got quite low miles. I can't remember offhand. Again, I've said before, as with BCA, you can't click on them and go through the details from the proxy bidding screen. Someone needs to fix that on BCA. That's a stupid flaw. Old shape Ford K8. Before anybody says, yes, I have gone and checked around the fuel filler cap and the wheel arches. It's not rotten. It's in really good nick, that one. But I've only put a bit of £100 on it because they're not worth an awful lot, those, are they? Little 107 1 litre on a 58 plate. I think that was in really good nick, and again had low miles. Put £800 on that. Peugeot 207 16 valve on a 56 plate. Put a bit of £200 in on that. Again, like I say, all these are going to be below 60,000 miles. Corsa 1.2, so we're going for another Corsa again. Obviously, after that one flipped so quickly, there's no point in not having a bid on them when we see them. 2010, it's an SR. Oh no, it's an Energy, that one, but I think it had alloys and stuff. £1,300 against that one. Have bid on another Yaris, even though the other ones were slow. Bid on another Yaris, but I bid the right price this time. I've ignored what the book says and bid on it on the basis of what I know they'll actually sell for. So 2009 VTR SR, bid £900 on that one. That Mito that I bid on last time that I didn't win at 700 quid, I put the same bid in at 700 quid again. 2000, a 59 plate, and let's see if he accepts it this time round. He's got to, hasn't he? If I can keep winning it, and that's the only money people are prepared to bid on it, I've got to win it, haven't I? CIB 1.4 Sport on a 2009. That seems a strong bid, 1500. I can't remember why I put that much on that. It must be a Minter with particularly low miles, I think. This one was an interesting one. I put a bid on this Renault Kangoo 1.2 on a 56 plate. It was low miles and it had the wheelchair conversion in the back, which means it's got the lower floor. And I've wanted to have a go at doing a micro camper. With the lower floor, you can stand up in these. So you take the ramp out and then put a camper kit in, and you've got full head height when you're stood in the back of the car, or better head height. C4 VTR 1.6 on a 2006. That's just got £100 bid against it. They're 995ers, I think. Those pretty much all day long, and that'll be at Bridgewater, which means I can get it here cheaply. So that's probably why I bid on that one. Skoda Fabia 1.4 TD. So it's a diesel. Rest of them petrol. I don't really bid on diesels very often, but little Fabia's nice little cars go well in that metallic red, and that's a super economical little engine. 2008. Oh yeah, had a bid, probably newest car I've had a bid on, 2015 C1 Airscape 1.2. It's got the retractable roof on it, and it's in that nice turquoise, so I know that would be a quick seller if I can get it at the right price. As I always say, do you want to see a C1 VTR, I always have a bid on it. 2013. Again, it's going to have low miles on it. 2,100 bid on that. Picanto, they go really well as well, especially in this metallic red. So bid on the Kia Picanto City 1 litre, £1,800 on a 2012, and another Kia Picanto on a 2015, 3-1 on that one. Super good sellers, the little Picantos, you get them at the right price. So that's what I've got on BCA. I have had a bid on Mannheim as well. On Mannheim, I've got a 2014 Fiat 500 1.2S convertible. Good condition, grade 3, only 33,000 miles on. We do a lot of Fiat 500s, and people love the little convertible ones. So that one we've bid. What I bid on this? To tell you where my bid is on this one. 3.6 is my max bid on that one. Then we've got a Suzuki Swift I spotted on a 2010 with only 58,000 miles, but the front wing was all dented up and the bumper was scratched, which I know most of the other dealers run a mile from. Bid 875 on that. It's not going to be on the register, and it should be a quick fix, that, so then I can sell it at normal retail without having to knock 20 or 30% off for it being a cat car, because normally that probably would, if it had done the headlight as well, it would have been a cat car from what we normally see. Had a little bit on a Picasso 1.6, not particularly nice cars for me. I don't sell a lot of them or do any of them. I don't think I've done in the past, but it was a grade 2, so it's a Minter. Only had 47,000 miles on, and just had a low bid on it, 450, because I reckon probably a £1,500 car, and it'd go out quick. Bid on a little Panda 1.1 petrol on a 2009 with only 52,000 miles on it. Again, they're not worth a lot. I've put a real low bid on £125 on that, because I think probably it's a 1295 car. Ford Ks, because we sold out of them. Got a 1.2 Studio here, 22,000 miles, and decent condition, grade 3. Had a bid of £1,225 on that. I think its retail is probably around 2,795, something like that. Peugeot 107 1 litre, which is obviously the same as the Igo, same as the VTRs. That one's a low grade. I had a look at it. It was not a lot. What was it? I think it was like one thing that needed painting on that. Only 43,000 miles, £1,200 bid. This Ford K was nice. Can I click on that and go through? It was a really nice metallic. I thought that would probably be a flyer. Only 50,000 miles on a 2013 in that metallic grey, and it was a good condition as well, I think, wasn't it? Yeah, grade 3. I thought that would be a flyer. I just sold an 80,000 mile one for 2,995. So I think their retail's quite low. I think we'd easily get through 295 for that. So bid 1825 on that. Another Corsa, 2013. Done one of these before in the white with these bigger alloys, and that sold quickly. It's a low grade on it. I've had a look at it. It's basically scuffs on the bumper, and being white, they're an easy blend for us. And they're areas that can be easily rattle canned. Only 35,000 miles on that. So bid 2175 on it. And the last one there, a 1 litre, well, they're all 1 litre one. The Igo in that metallic blue. I had this metallic blue before it sold well. I'd normally rather have a 5-door, but 3 doors do still sell. Only 46,000 miles. Good condition, grade 3. Had a bid of 925 on it. So got a load of bids out there, but they're all very low against book. So the odds of me winning are pretty low. Out of all of this, if I won 2 or 3, I'd be quite happy and surprised, to be honest. If I win any more than that, I'm going to have to knock my mate up with a field to store them for a little bit. But yeah, we'll update you at the end of the day, see how we got on with those bids. Today, I don't have a lot on because I'm going to get that Corsa serviced so it can go out to that person straight away. And then other than that, I don't think I've got a lot on. I'm probably cracking with my MGB, but we'll come back to this in a bit and see how we got on with these bids. So guys, I thought we'd watch a little bit of live auction. I've had a chance, I'm not too mad busy today, so I've had a chance to actually sit down and watch the auction live. We're watching BCA and stuff at you've got to be careful because you don't want to bid places you can't pick them up from, Bridgewater. And we're watching live here a Citroen DS on a 2015 plate with 88,000 miles. Book says 2875. I don't expect this will go that high because the mileage is probably a little high for most people to want a 2013, but it is a diesel. 2 owners, and this is where we're going to be very careful. We've got a quick look at the condition report. Grade 4. It's got dented sills, scratched bodywork. It's going to need a little bit of work, that one. Let's get back to the auction again. You've got to be careful because this is why I look at all the cars in advance and leave proxy bids, because you've got to be careful you get caught up in the auction and buy something. I watched a Clio go through very cheaply a second ago and had a quick look at the condition report, and I'd missed the whole side of it was dented up. So what we've got now, we've got a 318 Touring Estate on a 57 plate with 136,000 miles. It's measured reserve at £400. That looked like a cheap car, but again, I don't know anything about it. I hadn't had a chance to look at it. We're going over book. Cap is 2.5 clean. It's gone to 2.8. 62,000 miles on the 2013. Nice looking Corsa. I would imagine that'd sell fairly well, but obviously over book like I don't know how much margin is left in it. So we have 1.6 Sport. £1,700 is booked. 2009, 83,000 miles. MOT expires in a few months, and it's a grade 4, so it's a bit tatty around the edges. So you might want to, unless you're handy with a rattle can, that might be the kind of thing you want to avoid. But it's only at £900, so we've got to be careful. There's no inspection report, so we don't know there's anything wrong with it bodywork wise. Mechanically wise. It's got 7 services in the book. £900, that is cheap. What are we missing on that? We've missed something on that. That was a good buy. Or is a good buy. Is that an engine management light? Or is that fuel? It's running. Can't decide if that's engine management or fuel. That might be what's putting some people off. The little engine management light there. Oh, this is what I've got to make sure I don't do. I attempted a bid on that, but I'll leave it. 83,000 miles, but that is well under book. You could see that easily being a 2.5k car on the forecourt. What we got up next? See, this is why, guys, a lot of you ask me why I don't sit and do the auctions live. It's because I know I'll end up bidding on stuff I've not properly checked out and probably overspending. So that's why I don't sit, and it's quite time consuming. I mean, I know these cars are moving quick, but you've still got to sit here all afternoon and watch it go. This looks like a cheap little car. no longer cheap. Add your fees on top and delivery, you're into 1,200 quid on a 58 plate, 80,000 mile, 100,000 mile Peugeot 306 station wagon. Yeah. Got a van here. I keep meaning to try a van, to be honest. I know vans are quite popular at the moment. 81,000 miles. No serious accident damage. MOT expires in a few months. It's grade 4. It's a plus VAT, so you've got to be careful those of you aren't VAT registered. Book for it is 425 clean, 3750 average. What's it going to go for? It's sticking at 3. It is a grade 4, so the bodywork's probably a bit beat up. It's creeping up bit by bit. Quick look at the pictures a sec. Looks like there might be something here. Doesn't look horrendous though. Oh yeah, I'd caught that, hadn't I? Just the last second I caught that picture there. There was damage on that rear quarter. 2012 Mazda 1.3. These do really well for me. Low mileage. Where's this one to? I hadn't spotted this one. It's in Bridgewater. Why hadn't I spotted this one? Quick condition report. Grade 3. Oh, quick, James. Quick, get back. That's a good car. Quick bit. Oh, I should have done that. I know nothing about it. That was a very cursory look over. Condition 3. Oh no, it's too. You're going to need to get £4,000 for the car. Oh, here we go. Don't think I've bid on this one either. Why haven't I bid on this one? Quick look at it. Grade 4. Paint damage. Nothing I can't cope with, eh, guys? Let's get back to it. Mileage is okay. It needs MOTs coming up. It's got some service history. No inspection report on it. 2012 2995, do you think? Yeah, no, already not really enough margin in it for me. 2995, 1800 quid, fees, delivery, 2.3. Then I need to do some work to 2.5. There's 500 quid in it at the end. Can't be bothered. I've bid on this one. £200 I've got bid on this one. 56,000 miles, 2008. Grade 4, not horrendous. Oh, I'd missed it was a Cat N. I think I'd missed that when I looked at the first time round. Just leave them to it. It's got to be super cheap to go for that. 1,500 quid. Retail maybe. Maybe a bit more. I just got 1,600 for that Corsa, didn't I? Oh, see how fast things move, guys. This is why you've got to look at stuff before the auction to start. 2007, 80,000 miles. Got an MOT to the beginning of next year. And condition report is that it's a 4, so it needs a bit of body working. 300 quid, cheap little run around. Not for me, but cheap little run around if you're buying for yourself. 200. Oh my word, look at that. 293,809 miles. Ooh. That's a beast of a mileage. Let's have a look what the service history is like. I'm not seeing anything about service history on it. Service history, no. 2 293,000 miles without a service history. You'd have to be brave, wouldn't you guys? You would have to be brave. That's mad. I'll have to go back and watch this video and see what that actually went for. I missed completely what it went for there. Mind you, that could make you good YouTube content. I bought a 293,000 mile Beamer without a service history. That is that basically is way better than any Hoovy buy I've ever seen. That's got me. That was mad. No service history, 293,000 miles. What are you doing putting that in auction? You might as well just moved it around the scrappers, mightn't you? Mind you, there's something to be said for that. If it's done that many miles and it's still going strong, then someone's got to have looked after it. You can't do that mileage without doing regular oil changes, can you? What are we on here? Oh, Alfa Romeo, guys. 2013, 84,000 miles. It's the diesel. That's okay. I've got 4 services. Grade 3. Oh, watch this one. I hadn't spotted this one. Where's it to? Bridgewater as well. Not too far for me to go. No mechanical report though. Cheeky bid. What have I done? Engine management light on by the looks of it. Oh, I lucked out there, didn't I? Bid. Whatever it goes for, must not bid. Right, I was interrupted there a minute. Adrian was ringing me from BCA at Blackbush to let me know the C1 VTR I bought wouldn't start. He couldn't get it to start for love nor money, which was a bit of a problem. It did have a BCA assured check on it, essential check on it, which had said that it ran and drove. So I told him to go back in and tell him refuse the car. I've never done that before. I don't know whether I'd stood a chance or not. But turns out he tried the other key in it and it worked straight away. So I think the key's just lost its programming. One of the keys lost its programming. So bullet dodge there, guys. Back to the bidding. What's going on? We got here 2014 118,000 mile Astra. 600. It's only one owner from new. Has that owner kept the service history? Yes, they have. And it's stamped, got 5 stamps in it, 6 stamps in it. It's a nice little buy for someone. Again, too many miles, I think, to retail. I'd struggle to sell that, but I'd have it for myself without any problems. Trouble is, I'd have too many cars for myself, wouldn't I? Right, guys. So looks like I haven't won anything from. Let's double check. Yeah. Nothing from BCA today. So the meter I bid £700 on last time went to 775 this time. Bid 800 on the 107 went for 1600. Bid 1000 on the Kangoo went for £2,000. Bid 900 on the Yaris went for 1400 on a 2009. So what you're going to be into that? You're going to be into that 16, say 1700 quid by the time you get it here. And we know now that that's probably only going to sell for. You might get 2.7 out of it. Bid up at £100 for the K, that went for £200. The Astra on a 2012, I bid 1300, went on for 1900. Fiesta, I bid 200 on, went for 525. I mean, that needed an MOT. Margins are tight on that with your fees on top. Peugeot 20714 bid 200, went for 550. Seat Ibiza Sport bid 1500, went for 1950. Citroen C4 VTR bid £100 on, went for £800. Corsa on a 2010, I bid 1300 on, went for 1850. What's a 2010 Corsa worth? 2995. So you had fees on top, you had your delivery on top. Tight margin. Kia Picanto, I bid 3.1, went for 3.9. VTR, I bid 2.1 on, went for 2.8. I don't see you making 500 quid on all of these cars. You make 500 quid, I would have thought, max on these cars. Kia Picanto again on 2012. I bid 18, went for 2.3. The 2015 C1, I bid 3.3 and went for 4.2. The Fabia, I bid 2 and went for 2.45. 2.425. The other Fabia I bid on 1,000 went for 14.50 on a 2008. 1.2 Panda, I'll be going into previous bids here. So yeah, nothing off of BCA at all. Okay, let's have a look at Mannheim. No, nothing on Mannheim. That's just the data I've already got. So nothing on Mannheim either. So no wins at all today. And you saw how many I put on stuff. I mean, yes, my bids were low on a lot of the stuff, but I know what I want to make out of selling cars, and it's no point overpaying just for the sake of getting something in stock. I don't see the money in a lot of these cars. I'm not making 500 quid on something and then paying VAT on it and then potentially having to do repairs. As you can see with the bidding now, the majority of my wins come from stuff that needs a bit of paint, because that's what the other dealers don't want to touch. If you can find the stuff that needs some paint, the 5s and 4s, there's some deals to be done. If you want to buy stuff that you can just clean and stick out the front, that market is tight and people are bidding strong on it, and they will do it and just make a 500 quid out of the car, because a lot of them will sell extended warranties and finance and that kind of stuff that sticks some more money on top. Personally, I don't really believe in the extended warranties unless the car's got a full service history, because I know that the warranty companies are going to squirm out of it. So just accept the fact that an older car is going to have some running costs and save yourself a 300 quid or 200 quid on the extended warranty. But yeah, so that's where we are with it, and I'll just keep doing that throughout the week until I score a decent deal, because there's no point doing this for making no money. I'm not funded by somebody else. It's not somebody else's money I'm using here. I can't have stuff sit on a forecourt for 3 months with an inflated price on it in the hopes that someone drives by and sees it and falls in love with it. All my stuff is online. I'm not out on the main street, so everything, it has to be at a good price when I put it up on the net. So that's where we are with the bidding. So let's have a look at this Citroen C1. That should be turning up any minute. We'll have a look at that and see what the score is with that. So looks like I haven't won anything from, let's double check. Yeah, nothing from BCA today. So the meter I bid £700 on last time went to 775 this time. Bid 800 on the 107 went for 1600. Bid 1,000 on the Kangoo went for £2,000. Bid 900 on the Yaris went for 1,400 on a 2009. So what you're going to be into that? You're going to be into that 16, say 1,700 quid by the time you get it here, and we know now that that's probably only going to sell for, you might get 2.7 out of it. Bid up at £100 for the K, that went for £200. The Astra on a 2012, I bid 1,300, went on for 1,900. Fiesta, I bid 200 on, went for 525. I mean, that needed an MOT. Margins are tight on that with your fees on top. Peugeot Tour 714 bid 200, went for 550. Seat Ibiza Sport bid 1,500, went for 1,950. Citroen C4 VTR bid £100 and went for £800. Corsa on a 2010, I bid 1,300 on, went for 1,850. What's a 2010 Corsa worth? 2,995. So you had fees on top, you had your delivery on top. Tight margin. Kia Picanto, I bid 3.1, went for 3.9. VTR, I bid 2.1 on, went for 2.8. I don't see you making 500 quid on all of these cars. You make 500 quid, I would have thought, max on these cars. Kia Picanto again on 2012. I bid 18, went for 2.3. The 2015 C1, I bid 3.3 and went for 4.2. The Fabia, I bid 2 and went for 2.45. 2.425. The other Fabia, I bid on 1,000, went for 14.50 on a 2008. 1.2 Panda, I'll be going into previous bids here. So yeah, nothing off of BCA at all. Okay, let's have a look at Mannheim. No, nothing on Mannheim. That's just the data I've already got. So nothing on Mannheim either. So no wins at all today. And you saw how many I put on stuff. I mean, yes, my bids were low on a lot of the stuff, but I know what I want to make out of selling cars, and it's no point overpaying just for the sake of getting something in stock. I don't see the money in a lot of these cars. I'm not making 500 quid on something and then paying VAT on it and then potentially having to do repairs. As you can see with the bidding now, the majority of my wins come from stuff that needs a bit of paint, because that's what the other dealers don't want to touch. If you can find the stuff that needs some paint, the 5s and 4s, there's some deals to be done. If you want to buy stuff that you can just clean and stick out the front, that market is tight and people are bidding strong on it, and they will do it and just make a 500 quid out of the car, because a lot of them will sell extended warranties and finance and that kind of stuff that sticks some more money on top. Personally, I don't really believe in the extended warranties unless the car's got a full service history, because I know that the warranty companies are going to squirm out of it. So just accept the fact that an older car is going to have some running costs and save yourself a 300 quid or 200 quid on the extended warranty. But yeah, so that's where we are with it, and I'll just keep doing that throughout the week until I score a decent deal, because there's no point doing this for making no money. I'm not funded by somebody else. It's not somebody else's money I'm using here. I can't have stuff sit on a forecourt for 3 months with an inflated price on it in the hopes that someone drives by and sees it and falls in love with it. All my stuff is online. I'm not out on the main street, so everything, it has to be at a good price when I put it up on the net. So that's where we are with the bidding. So let's have a look at this Citroen C1. That should be turning up any minute. We'll have a look at that and see what the score is with that. So the Citroen C1's in, guys. It got dropped off last night when I wasn't there. So you're seeing it at the same time as me. So let's have a quick look over it. We've got an original Citroen number plate on the front, which is a good indicator the bumper hasn't been off at some point. Not guaranteed though. Also gives us somewhere else to get some service history if you want to give them a call. Bumper itself is all good. No dings down the sides. That's all good. Just need to clean up. Got some Slimer goo here, I don't know what that's all about, but screen's good, no delamination, anything like that. Wing mirror's okay, no scuffs on that, just needs a clean. Tyres got loads of tread on it, got dodgy wheel trims. Now I've had so many of these C1s that I've been keeping random trims from them. I've got 3, I've just ordered one more, so I should be able to make a set of genuine trims. I always like to have genuine trims on if I can. Doors all good. Leading edge is decent. Nothing through here, looks a bit dull, needs a machine polish. Slight misfitting of the bumper there, but to be honest, most of them have had a bumper off at some point or another. We're missing the trim completely on there, but I covered that, we've got that sorted. No delamination in the rear glass, that's all good. So this, I bought it with this scuff on there, and this scuff was here. It looks like it's had paint repair before, it hasn't been that great. So we'll be able to sand that corner there and blend to sort of here. That should be a nice easy repair. I've already got a can on the way from Marlowe's, because I knew it needed that paint. Again, bloody wheel trim, but no dents down here. It seems to be pretty dent free, this one, considering these don't have any bump strips on them. Being white though, it does tend to hide it, but they don't have any bump strips on them, so they can get dinged really easily, and the edges of the doors get badly damaged on them. But no, overall that seems good. Let's have a quick look inside. Okay, so rear seats, no rips or tears, no bling burns, which you get a lot of. Sorry, I'm not saying bling burn, blunt burns. Yeah, you get a lot of that in the C1s, if you know what I mean. Right, yeah, all the trim's good. I mean, these plastics don't tend to do particularly well. They got a bit of manky stuff there and there that'll clean off. But yeah, the plastics are pretty easily scratched and they're not too bad on this one. This seat here, in good nick. I like them when they've got a colour, it just lifts the interior a little bit on these. Yeah, condition wise, really good. Really quite pleased with that. You've got a bit of plastic scratching on the driver's door, but that will happen on these. We've got the rev counter that adds at least 10 horsepower to these, so that's ideal. We've got the CD with the auxiliary input, you need the auxiliary input. Big tip for you, if you're selling cars that don't have an auxiliary input, in them, try and get an adapter or try and get a Bluetooth adapter and sell with the car, and then sell it with Bluetooth or whatever, because if you're doing first time cars it's pretty essential. First time I've ever had a proper Citroen book, not had a proper Citroen folder in one of these, and I've got the maintenance and warranty guide. So look at stamps wise, so this is a 2013 car, we've got a 2016 stamp, 2017, what's that, is that another 2018. So, but we do have a load of receipts somewhere. Oh, in this folder here we've got a load of receipts for other services, so I'll go through and see if I can't fill out the book a bit more. Also give that Citroen dealership a ring. So I think the Citroen, the history is pretty good on it. Let's have a quick look at the engine. So I've got my trade plates there, so we'll take it for a run before we start putting any money into it. We'll make sure that it's all good. I didn't check in the boot, did I? Let's have a quick look in the boot. Loosely called a boot, more of a parcel shelf hole. What we've got underneath here, we've got the tool. Oh, we've got the original kit. Yeah, that's good. That all looks good. Decent tyre on there, so that's not something I do. We've got we've got a whole set of floor mats here, which is nice. I don't know what must happen when you have a rear impact in one of these things. Look at the gap. It's nothing, is it? But small cars are what small cars are. Let's have a look underneath what's on it. Right, that's an indicator someone's been looking after it. The battery's got white grease on the terminals, and the battery doesn't look too old, so that's a good indicator. Let's check the coolant. Bang on the money, and nice and pink. Ties in with what we think about the service history. Have a look at the oil. Oil is lovely colour. They'll always show very high on these before you wipe them off. My wife loves this for this. All my tops and t-shirts. Gone from wearing suits every day to wiping oil on my jumper every 5 minutes. Right. So oil level is only slightly below, and it's really clean. You can still see my finger for it. That's a nice one. Happy with that. Right, I think that's sufficient. Oh, even the washer bottle's got, very rarely washer bottles at the right level as well. That's got to have been serviced by someone main dealer, I would have thought, fairly recently, more recently than 2018, that's for sure, because your washer level's bang on where it should be, your coolant is, and your oil's that clean. I haven't hopped underneath, so we might be able to just see. I love doing services on these, so I get to everything without having to jack the car up. Very clean, no oil leaks under there, not a drop of oil underneath here, guys. Not a drop of oil. Drive shafts, no drive shafts leaks, no gearbox leaks. Sumps nice and free of any surface rust. Oil filter looks clean. Yeah, this has been looked after, guys. This has been looked after. It's very hit and miss with the C1s because a lot of people run them on a budget. You can't get a car that's much cheaper to service than these, but people still skip the services. So let's get the sticker up my line of sight, let's get the trade plates in, and let's go for a spin. Come back to you in a sec. Starts on the button. Obviously I moved her over here a minute ago, but yeah, she starts on the button. No warning lights, and she's got that happy little thrum of these little 3 cylinders, so that sounds like every C1 I've had before. Seems to rev up okay, but let's go for a little run. Right, so let's get through the gears. We're in third now, fourth, fifth. Yeah, all the gears are good, no problem with the gearbox. Clutch is nice. These do have adjustable clutch pedals. You can actually go in the engine bay and twist a little knob back and forth and set the biting point of the clutch. But this is okay where it is. I'm not hearing any knocks and bangs from suspension. I've let go of the steering wheel, which is steering absolutely dead straight, so tracking's good. I'm happy with that. We'll get her out and give her a few more revs and just double check, but I'm not seeing any smoke out the back. So I think it's time to get it back and give it a good clean, and hopefully the paint will arrive. I'm hoping I can get this all done within a day. I mean, realistically looking at it, it shouldn't be more than a half a day but I do need to obviously go through and do a safety check on it, get it on the ramp, have a quick look, just double check some bits and bobs over on that. But yeah, I mean, I shouldn't be more than a day into this, and it's got to be a 2995, and I think Auto Trader puts it at 3195, something like that. But get under that magic 3k mark, 2995, customers happy, I'm happy, and we can all get on to the next one. Missed that, guys. We've got an absolutely full tank of fuel. Well, sorry, 1 bar down. Nice. They don't seem to drain them anymore like they used to. Result. So guys, next video will be the cleanup, the paintwork and the marketing, and fingers crossed the sale of this VTR. We'll see how we do, because I don't want the videos to be too long, and it takes forever for them to upload here in Devon. So thanks for watching, as always, really appreciate it. If you aren't subscribed, please do consider it. Hit that bell button down the bottom underneath this video, subscribe to the channel, and you'll get notifications when my next video's out. If you've enjoyed the video, give me that thumbs up. It helps recommend the video to other people that might be interested in it, helps support the channel. Obviously give it a thumbs down if you didn't like something, and please give me your comments. I absolutely love the comments. If you notice, I answer all of them. A lot of your hints and tips are really useful, and likewise when you guys need hints and tips, I'm always happy to give them to you. So get involved, get down below, stick a comment in there. Thanks a lot. Cheers.